Broussard. Hope everybody's having a good day. I just want to do a little live today. Y'all can go back and watch it if you want. Any of my stuff loaded up. I did one. I have one on TikTok. I did separate. Uh, and y'all kind of, some of y'all might already know. I mean, that's I'm trying to go off grid. That's the goal in here shortly, and learning how to live off the old way. The old way was good. You didn't have all this garbage that you got nowadays, and I wanted to say thank you for my new followers and stuff, and all my followers. Thank y'all, love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting the channel and stuff. Um, and some of the stuff that I put out, I covered this before already, but um, some of the political videos I've been putting out and stuff. Uh, and I try. I'm trying to encourage people to pay attention on some of that stuff, and I do because you've got to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that stuff is going to lay the road down for the future instead of right now. So uh, I'm gonna tell you the difference why I don't vote Democrat. I vote Republican, and I especially voting it for it now because of Trump. And I'm gonna talk about the Dems first, and then I'll tell you the reason why about Trump I like. And that's the new way it's going. Trump is the old way, and getting us back in line and stuff. But when you vote, you've got to look at the big picture. And so, evil, what is evil? Evil likes to hide in the dark. They don't like light. What is light? The light's truth. And so, when you're voting for something, you're voting for that party. And so, when you're voting for that party, this is what you're going for when you go for Biden and all that. You're not voting for Biden. Biden is not making these decisions, and I can't stand it when they talk about, man, I can't believe he's running this country in the ground. This is, it's common sense. Homeboy can't even get off the stage. He can't even barely finish a sentence. He's lost. You know, he's just a walking skeleton. He cannot make these decisions. It's his party making these decisions. These people behind the curtain in the dark, they're pushing all that. So when you're voting for that party, this is what you're voting for. You're voting for transgender and these guys that dress up like men or dress up like a women. And Obama put that into play too and all that. So I don't vote for color because I'm not racist and all that. I don't need to tell somebody just because and they're going to tell me I'm racist and all that. I don't vote on race. If Donald Trump was black, I'd vote for him. If he was Chinese, I'd vote for him. I don't care. I vote on the man's action and what's going on. And so when you're voting for Democrats and you have to lay your head down at night or your functional days and this and that, this is what you're voting for in your party. It's for that man to dress up and your daughter's in there, pee-peeing in there in the girls' restroom. You're voting for that because they're wanting to prove that to let that man come in there and use the restroom, put his makeup on and all that when your daughter's in the bathroom pee-peeing and pottying. That's what you're voting for because they're the one that's pushing it. Obama's the one he did that when they were in that transgender and all that stuff was happening. He pushed that in there. So you can't. That's wrong. There's a man and a woman. Let us be men because we're men. Let a woman be a woman. And when your party's mixing that, that's what you're voting for. All these illegals and stuff that the border's been wide open for 4 years now, flooding in. You should have this wall finished. Well, Trump was putting the wall up to stop all that. So when you vote, when you're voting to allow all these people to come in without paperwork, and all that. And they're going to settle in your communities. They're coming into New York. Democrats want all this, so we started shipping them over there to New York and stuff. And for them to want all this open border and stuff, but when they got the load on them, what you're voting for. You're paying these families to stay in those hotels. Your taxpayer money, $500 a night. New York's going to if they agreed to, the migrants and stuff like that agreed to move to another location, they're going to use your tax dollars to pay for them to live for a whole year. So that CNN and all that other junk, NBC and stuff like that, you watch that garbage, you're not going to get no information. You're not going to get true information. And so that's what you're voting for. You're voting to do business with China. All them electric cars and stuff like that they're trying to force us to buy and stuff. Think about where them batteries come from. Please use common sense, because this is going to be the future of us. So we're sending all that money to China, our trillions of dollars that is borrowed. We're $10 trillion in the hole more than Trump was in. Trump was trying to bring money back over here, bring businesses back and stuff like that. We're $35 trillion in a debt. So when you're voting for Democrats, you're voting to send money to other countries and all that. When we ain't got the money. You're voting for these illegals to come here. We're giving them Visa cards and all that. No paperwork or no nothing. Then they can come in here and vote without no ID or nothing. Think about that. So you're wanting more people to come in here to vote for that with no IDs and no information. What is that using it for? That's using they don't know what's going on here. And if a party's giving them all this money for free and all that, they're buying their vote. And so while we got homeless all around here and stuff like that, they're treating the migrants and all that. They're giving them money and all that, and we got homeless out here on the streets. Well, we ain't even fixed our problems here yet, but we're just going to dump out money anyway and give it to people that ain't even been here before. And so that's what you're voting for. So when you walk around in life here and you lay your head down at night and stuff, and the men are coming in the restroom and all that, and you're supporting all that trans and stuff like that, and them to come in the restroom and all that and stuff like that, and go teach your school they come in there and dress up like a big old clown, and they're showing them books and stuff of tellywhackers and the whole 9 yards and stuff to your kid. That's what you're voting for. So when you look at your kid and all that, and then they go, hey, Daddy and Mama, they're going, why are we seeing these pictures at school and stuff like that? What? Because I voted for that. That's what you have to. Then you got to point the finger at yourself. And then so China wants to come here and they want to conquer everything. They already got a big country and all that. All of our products and a lot of our major products over there are being built and all that. You go over there, they got greater buildings than we got here. We got slums and tore up ghettos and all that. I mean, our roads are shit. But yeah, we're gonna send more business to them. The jobs have got to come back here. So you've got to look at this as a whole. Look at the parties in power right now. All this what's going on and stuff, this is what people's voted for. And people getting punched, people walking behind them and knocking the fire out of them and beating up officers and stuff like that. You want to get a picture of that? You watch that movie, The Purge. Defund the police and all that and stuff like that. You ain't got no protection, and you got there's bad in everything, but it's how it's managed. And so when you don't have police officers and all that to try to enforce things, you're voting for rape, killing, the whole 9 yards. That's what you're voting for Democrat and their party. His homeboy Biden, he can't figure out how to get off the stage. He can't figure out how to read anything on there. He can't remember nothing. He's lost a puppy. They got to walk around with him and guide him everywhere he goes. I mean, it's just evidence. There's tons of videos he can't even finish sentences. So he is not the guy running the show behind that. I cannot stand it when they say that. They say, oh, he's just running this country down the ground. It's not him. It's behind the curtain that's running all that party. So if you want that and you're happy with paying high prices and at the food store, that your party did that to you. You can't afford $10 packs of cigarettes and all that. Start watching a little bit of Tucker Carlson and stuff like that. He did some interviews with Putin and all that. Our government has not even contacted to make. They wanted to go straight into war. They haven't even tried to negotiate. Putin ain't even talked to Biden in a long time. They don't want to. They want war. They want. You think about that. They're sending all this money everywhere, and we're in debt. $35 trillion in debt. Trump wanted to build the walls and all this other stuff to protect us. When you bring a party in, that doesn't matter either party in there. You are supposed to do everything for what's best for us in this country, protect us, the whole 9 yards. You let us handle the business because we're not the ones in debt. I mean, we're not what put us in debt. That's government. Conservatives are for smaller government. Let us be more independent. Let us do the businesses and all that. Believe it or not, look up your history. Republicans are the one that's freed the slaves. Look it up. The first KKK member, they always want to talk about racism, KKK. The founder of KKK was a Democrat. Look your history up. So why would you want to vote for a party that was for slavery and all that? And so remember, the Bible tells us we will perish because lack of knowledge. You've got to do your homework. It doesn't mean you got to know everything, but you look at the hardcore facts, what's happening right now. And so when China comes over here, if it ever happens, and takes over this country and all that, you're going to be told what to do. We're going to be just like China. And you're going to control where you buy, how they controlling that. They've already started some of that stuff. They tried to take our guns away. You take our guns away here, then we'll be like Australia and China and everywhere else. They'll have control over you. His military is going to have guns in the whole 9 yards, and your government's going to tell you what to do. So you're voting for that when you vote for that. It's real common sense stuff. Take that racism out of the way, because look at the party that whines about it, is the Democrats. It's always about racism. It's not racism until you make it racism. And white supremacy and all this stuff. This all comes out just right in election time and all that. Man, there ain't no. So I can lay my head down at night, and if it does happen, I can say that I did not participate in that. And I'll have a clear conscience. But you vote for that other side, and that happens, you have nothing to blame but yourself. You cannot sit here and give money out. They're going to want to give money out, and they're lying to it, trying to get you to stay home, whatever, etc. And see, my off-grid stuff like that, they're trying to stop us from buying land and all that. They're jacking up all the prices so you can't go buy land. They want control over you, where you keep you in the cities and stuff like that or whatever. There's tons of signs of that stuff. So I just try to provide that. I'm not telling nobody but that's the hardcore, keeping it real. That's what it's about. And so if you want to control your future, we're the ones we have the power, the people. And they don't want us together. That's why they're always pushing racism. They want us to hate each other, and they've done it for years. And they don't. When you go to them Trump rallies and see like that, you see blacks, whites, everybody's in there. We're all together, man. Uh, the power that you feel, just your body tingles because we're feeding good energy off of each other and all that. Man, you can't get no better than that. And evil hates that. And what do they support, man? They sneak those guys in there, those rallies, and try to disturb everything and stuff like that. These are paid people, trolls and all that. They have people on retainers to do that stuff. And so that's all I'm saying. That's why I'm going to that way. You look at, why is not Biden and them? They got 20 LLCs and all that stuff in there. Why aren't they in being looked at? The cocaine, like I said, and all that stuff is being swept underneath the rug. Your family serving time and all that for had a bad port of time and all that, and got into some drugs or something like that. And they're spending time in there. Oh, homeboy, Hunter, he's out there driving cars, smoking crack in the car, 180 miles an hour. You know, but old Princess there, he ain't spending no time. That's a two-tiered system. And you telling me you didn't know who had cocaine at the office at the White House, and that got swept right underneath the rug. So if you're all about justice and all that, why didn't that get pinned down? So that's all they've been after is Trump tying him up on every little thing. Trump wanted the tax break to bring more businesses in. He wanted like 10 to 15. He said he wanted to even go down to 0. But they didn't want that, so he had to settle for 21. Why not support your businesses and give them huge tax breaks and all that? Because you got more workers going there and making good money and all that. They're going to go out and spend money and help the economy and all that. But now we're going to make it hard on all these businesses here. That's why we put a lot of our farmers at. Why aren't we making food here? We got millions of acres here, billions and billions of acreage here. We should be making our own food here. No, but we're buying it from all these other countries and stuff like that. It stinks, and if it smells like shit and it feels like shit, probably is shit. So that's all I'm saying is just be open-minded about it and stuff, and look at what you're voting as a whole. And there's too many of us getting sick now. You look at what's in our food and all that. People got skin problems now. I've said that in many videos before. They're killing us in the daggum food. If they loved us so much, why are they putting all them chemicals in there? And you getting this food from other countries, you're not managing that stuff, man. Some of that stuff got dirty water and all that, and the regulations are not as good over there and stuff. And so there's no telling what you're getting it from. We got countries we're buying food from that hate us. Why would you want to do that? So there's just a lot of things to look at on that stuff, but it's not hard to figure out. You look at the news media. It's such a two-sided system. Stop watching that CNN and ABC and stuff. They hate him. That's all they talk about it all the time because they're trying to control your vote. If you don't like somebody, then don't talk about them. There's other things to talk about, but the news media don't want to. They want to influence you the way, trying to control your mind to guide you to vote one way. And I watch some of those ABC and stuff like that, and CNN and all that. They'll read off the prompter and read you what Trump said and this and that. Show that video, that full-length video. Show that what he was talking about. They won't do that. They'll tell you what you want to hear. That's all I'm saying. I love y'all. Y'all be careful. I'll see y'all on the next one. Hope y'all have a good day.